Hey YouTube, hey everyone, welcome back to Same Stuff. My name is Chisum Okafo. If you're new to my channel, you're very welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, you're also very welcome. On today's episode, we're going to be discussing the pressures that we face as young adults. And today's video will be slightly different from the first one, in that I asked a group of young adults the pressures they face. And I'm just going to be reading out all of the pressures that I got, and we're going to be discussing so I'm expecting your comments. The first and most popular pressure that I got today is peer pressure. And yes, both for the male and the female, a lot of people think the pressure they feel more is peer pressure. And from my discussion with them, I got to understand that some people don't really understand who they are and what they want for themselves. Some people just did things because their peers are doing it, because their friends are doing it, and they think they should do it. Some people are just not contented with who they are and what they have, and so they want to go the extra mile. They want to live the life they don't want to live, even when they think is morally wrong. They just still live this kind of life just because they want to belong and they want to feel accepted by their peers. And I get it. We all learn. I think one of the things I'm going to say about peer pressure is just more of being careful when you pick your friends. Like, pick your friends very carefully. If you have friends that you have to pretend or fake to be who you are not just to feel comfortable around them, or they make you do it, just live a certain kind of life that you don't want to live just because you want to feel accepted, and they're not your friends. If you feel jealous of them, or if they feel jealous of you, envious of you, they are not your friends. So just be very careful with picking your friends. Something that I'm going to also say about peer pressure is you must not involve yourself in every conversation. Like, walk away from some conversation. Not every conversation is for you, because I've actually found that a lot of people have justifications and reasons for the kind of life that they live. And so everybody wants to convince you that this life, they are what chop and clean mouth gang, or we're not scamming them. We're just stealing the things they stole from our grandfathers, and those sentences just to justify their action and their way of life. So don't really get involved in every conversation, because before you know it, your mind is thinking it, your mind is processing it, and you just want to try. Like, what is the harm in it? So walk away from conversations. Moving on to the next and second kind of pressure that I got was low self-esteem. This is a very big one. I think I feel it though, because there are just some days when you feel like, damn, see this hot girl. Some days you feel pretty, other days you feel like, you begin to notice all of the flaws you have. Oh, I'm too tall. Oh, I'm too short. Oh, I'm too fat. Oh, I'm too skinny. Oh, look at the shape of my hairline, or just something, the shape of my ear, my nose. Just begin to feel and notice all of the flaws you have. I'm just going to say, it's fine. It's fine, but where the problem is when you begin to I think what the problem with low self-esteem is when you begin to involve yourself in toxic relationship and with toxic people, because you want to feel accepted, because you want to feel loved. When you begin to live a certain kind of life, you begin to adore people. You want, that hair, that clothes, that thing. You don't feel good about yourself. Like, you feel your flaws begin to limit you. Let me just put it like that. That is where the problem is. So moving on to the third kind of pressure that I've had today was pressure of getting good grades. I think I feel convicted. I think I can relate to this. Sometimes, especially when you have a group of friends and they're all doing well, you guys are doing the same thing, you're reading the same way, going to the exam hall at the same time and all this kind of thing, and they are the ones getting the good grades. You're not getting those good grades. It can put a lot of pressure on you. You want to do well in school, and I think the little thing I'm going to just put here, because I don't think I can give the best kind of advice on this. What I'm just going to say is that we all have that one thing that we are made for. You know, we all have our destinies. In Igbo, we say, so there's a place you're going to shine in. And most importantly, it's not really about those grades, it's about the knowledge. Because in the working place, you're going to apply the knowledge that you have, your talent, your skills, the grace of God. You know, so we're all made for something. You will still shine. Just be patient with yourself and make sure you're putting in the right kind of hard work. The fourth kind of pressure that I think we got today is pressure of being the ideal child and role model to your siblings. Basically, I think that is like a summary. I got this one a lot. Like this peer pressure, I think all of them, like this first four, I had a lot of people say this first four. Pressure of being the ideal daughter, especially an ideal sibling. I got it a lot from first children, first borns of their family. They just feel the whole need and the whole pressure to be role models to their siblings, and I think it's fine. You know, it's a good way of modeling your life to live, but we are all humans. We are not immune from mistakes. You will still make mistakes, you know, and they will understand. They will grow to understand that you will make mistakes, you will make bad choices and bad decisions, and we're all learning. Even with your parents, I think it was all trying to make sure that we are all learning, that you are learning, and you're not going to repeat the mistakes that they made as your parents, basically. Moving on, pressure of not being sure of the path you take in life. I think I got this one too from graduates from school. You know, you're done with school and you're not just sure of what you want to do for yourself. You're not sure of the path you want to take. You're not sure if you want to go back to school to further your education, or if you want to get into job, you know, the whole get into job or become an entrepreneur. You're not just sure of what next your life is going to be. And yes, I think I even had someone really explain. She's like, a lot of people are now entrepreneurs, which is true. A lot of people are now entrepreneurs, but she doesn't have that entrepreneurial flair, you know, that everybody has. And so it's kind of difficult to be able to figure out what next, you know. And even society having this whole pressure of, oh, you're done with school, you should have a good paying job, you should be driving a car, you know, all of those societal pressures. I'm just going to say, we're going to stumble. I think I'm just going to say, I don't even know what to say, frankly speaking, but just make sure that you're praying. God is going to guide and direct us to the place He has prepared for us, you know, and just be fine. But please, if you have anything to help me say on this, please just go on my comment section and help me say something. Moving to the next one. Oh Jesus, this I'm rolling on the floor. This pressure is, I don't understand this pressure. Someone says, I think I got two people say this, or one person, I can't remember, but someone says pressure of not finding the right partner. Okay, this is very funny, but I think I'm going to say, let's look at it from a good perspective. Let's just say that God is keeping you away from the wrong people, from the toxic and wrong relationships, just so you don't change your mind, so it doesn't poison your mind and change your desire for the right and good kind of relationship, because I think there are good relationships out there. So, but when too many people come into your life and disappoint you and leave, it begins to change your desire to want to be in a relationship. So God is probably just protecting you from those wrong people. So hopefully, by the grace of God, the one perfect person will come in Jesus' name. It's not the matter of pressure of not finding the right kind of guy. There's not the pressure of singlehood, like the pressure of not being married. And I had one of my friends describe this kind of pressure to me, and I really wish he's the one saying it here on some thoughts. You know, society thinks 28, 30, you should be married. If you're not married by that time, no man is interested. Basically, the older you get, the less men are interested in marrying you, and all of those societal beliefs. Especially when you're 30 and you look 30, because some people are 30 and they look 18, you know. So when you're 30 and you look 30, the pressure, you kind of feel the pressure more, people begin to gain rights to say things on about you. People say, oh, maybe she lived a wayward life, or she's just she's forming, or her standards are too high, she's just pushing people away. Just people just begin to say things, just say the wrong things. Even your family join in the line of pressure because they feel this urgent need to just pair you with any man that cross. Oh, don't worry, just marry him like that. Just marry him. As if they want to chase you out of the house. Like, I can't marry anybody I see. And even with all of this pressure around you, as a young person, the pressure around you, societal pressure, pressure from family, there's also, of course, this pressure within you. Your friends are getting married, you're going for their weddings, they're buying their ashebi. It's like, why is it not me? Why are those kind of men? Where are they? Why am I not, in this whole train? So yeah, there's actually pressure. There's actually pressure exists while being single, being single and waiting to get married. And I think one important thing that should happen in the whole process of waiting for either the man to come or the man that is already there to propose to you is praying. Like, you have to be kabashing and be praying in this whole period of waiting. Praying for a future spouse is very important, because the stories we hear today, the entanglement stories and stories of a man is engaged to you and you find out 2 weeks to your wedding that the man is already married with children. There's just so much stories now online. So please spend your time in praying. Moving on, the next kind of pressure that I got is social media pressure, and I get it. I already have a full video on social media pressure. Please check out the link in my description box below, and also probably in my comment section. It's going to be there. Click on the link and watch it. It's going to be worth your time. Trust me, watch it. So moving on to the next one. The next kind of pressure that we got is pressure of on our level of spirituality. That is like the best way I could put it in summary of what I understood she said. But basically, just sometimes when you find yourself in an environment when it feels like the people around you have a deeper relationship with God, their faith in God is quite stronger than yours, or yours is kind of shaky, you're yet to get to that relationship level you want with God. And I think I can relate to this. I do understand. So it makes sense. But what really matters is God. I think we should ask God to draw us to Him, because it's only God that can pull us to Him. And it's so good that we serve a faithful God. He doesn't bless us by the level of our work or by how deep in a relationship we are with Him. He blesses us because He loves us. You get? So we are actually benefiting from the relationship we have with God. So you're just focusing on God. Act blind to the people around you and the way they are praying and how deep it feels like they are with God. Do learn, but just focus on God. I think that's the best thing I can say. On that kind of pressure that I got is pressure of not having saved enough for the future, or just pressure of lack of management of finances, especially when you graduate from spending your dad's money to having to make and spend your own money. And I think I understand what she's saying, especially when you come to the place of not having saved enough for future. So guys, let me tell you guys a short story, or a short thing. So a few years ago, I told myself I'm going to save 100,000 naira this year. So there's a good news and there's a bad news. The good news is I did save the 100,000 naira. The bad news is that I don't know where that 100,000 naira is today. Not that I lost it, but money depreciates. What 100,000 naira could get me that year, it can no longer get me this year. It's very funny. Money depreciates. It doesn't like saving enough. You can never save enough for your future. It's that funny. It's like a few years ago, there was no phone, and now you're spending almost 500,000 for phones. Money is just, you cannot save enough for your future. I think savings is more of like a gradual and an everyday something. Even when you get to your future, you have to keep saving for the raining days. You have to just keep saving. It's a continuous, I think it's going to be more of a habit. Even management of funds, you cannot get to a particular management of finances. You cannot get to a particular age to begin to learn how to manage finances. It's more of like a thing you just learn from the get-go. Like, you have to start learning from today. It's not everything you see online. It's not like, okay, you pop on Instagram, whatever you see, you buy. You can't buy everything you see on Instagram, Yes, this is fine, pass. Yes, this is fine, pass. Even when it's fine, ask yourself, is it of good use to me? Like, if I buy this thing, will I use it? Is it useful to me? Because you and I know that there's some things we have bought that we never used. Like, it's just there, or we used only once and it's still there. So just think of the use of things. Don't just spend money because you have them. Even sometimes buy things, oh, I think I can afford this, I think I have saved enough for this, so that there's a balance. You're not being stingy to yourself, and also you're not lavishing your money. So it's more of like a gradual thing to learn. You can practice budgeting, go online, tell yourself, this is how much roughly I get in a month, from my parents or from working. This is how much I get roughly in a month. This is how much I plan to spend, give or take. This is how much I plan to spend. This is the 10% I'm going to give to charity, or I'm going to pay to God, like for my tithes. And then this is how much I'm going to save. It's just a thing we just have to learn. I no longer believe that there's something called saving for your future. It's an everyday thing. Even when you get to the future, you have to also be saving. So I would just say, don't let this pressure you. Don't let this get to you. Just make sure that you are spending and you are saving as well. Just live. So yeah, guys, these are all of the pressures that I got. I know these are not the only pressures that we face as young adults. I know there are probably more. And hopefully in the future, there will be more of this kind of videos discussing the pressures that we face as young adults. But this is where we're going to be ending today's video. So if you haven't yet subscribed, go on right now and subscribe to this channel. Please do share my videos to your friends and your families, and in WhatsApp or your social media accounts. Share my videos. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. I want to hear all of your comments on each and every one of these pressures. Tell me the ones you feel, or just give us any form of advice on how to better manage these pressures. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.